Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I'm thinking about starting like a little bit of a series about Singapore and Australia. Obviously, these two countries hold some sort of importance to my life. And so I'm going to be talking about things I like and don't like about both of these countries. So for today, I'm going to be talking about the things I like about Australia compared to Singapore. Okay, so the first thing that I like about Australia more than Singapore is that in Australia, people are friendly. People in Australia are more open. Unlike the citizens of Singapore, they tend to be more cooped up in their own little world, just their own friends, their own family. They don't want to open up to other people, even if it's just a stranger on the street just saying hello or giving a smile. It's just not their thing. And I've experienced this before where I went to Singapore and I just smiled at someone, but they didn't smile back. And to some Singaporeans, it's to an extent where they think it's weird. Like, why are you smiling at me? Like, I don't know you. Like, why are you smiling at someone you don't even know? So that's kind of their mentality. They're not very happy and cheerful people. As to Australians. Australians are a lot more open and they're a lot more friendly. You could walk past someone in the morning and like, hey, g'day, good morning. And they'll be like, good morning. Like, I don't have to know you to talk to you. Like, you greeted me, so I'm going to greet you back. Something that I've realised during my time in Sydney, like I've been taking the buses to school and back, obviously. And I realised that when people get off the bus, they actually yell out a cheers mate or a thank you to the bus driver. They did not have to do that. They aren't required as part of like paying the bus fare to say thank you to the bus driver, because it is the bus driver's job. They need to do that. They take us to where we want to go. But it's because the people here are so friendly that like they want to thank the bus driver for their service, and it's just a really nice thing to see. Like in Singapore, you don't see that at all. Like everyone just gets off the bus like the bus driver is supposed to drive them to wherever they want to go. So through this, I could just tell that Australians are a lot more approachable and a lot more friendly. If you see a stranger on the road and you want to ask for help, they're more approachable. But to Singaporeans, like, I don't know you, so I kind of don't want anything to do with you. Singaporeans are really judgmental on other people. They seem to judge before they even start to know the person. So, it's really hard for you to approach Singaporeans. I'm not saying all Singaporeans are like that, and I'm not saying like you shouldn't approach Singaporeans, but just some experiences or like some comparison from living in Australia and Singapore, I could just tell these differences. The second thing that I like about Australia more than Singapore is studying. Here in Australia, we have it so good during our study period of life. We have a good life in Australia. Like, we don't know about the hardships that students in other countries have to go through. I'm not faulting the education in Singapore, because I think it's really good, but as a person who doesn't really like to study, I'm really grateful that I came to Australia to study, because it's so much easier in Australia to study. Like, the workload is a lot less, the pressure to perform well and get good grades is a lot less. In primary school, you finish primary school and you enroll into a high school, which is based on location or availability. It's not based on how good your marks are. Not so much anyway. And like when you go to uni, it's so easy to just jump in a private uni if your uni marks don't do as well. During my time in year 12, I'm pretty sure you could get into some courses with an ATAR of 60. If you get like a final mark, some sort of like a GPA or something of 60 in Singapore, like you might as well just become a toilet cleaner. So that's what I like about Australia. Like there's not much pressure. Like, what is homework? Like we come home, we switch on the television, and we spend about 15 minutes at night doing our homework and done, But like compared to Singapore, well, people are fighting for the best preschools. In a kindergarten, students are already learning mathematics. Like in Australia, we don't really touch that until like we're mid to late primary school. You just got to study, and it's just all about school. And because you got to be the best, you got to beat the best to be the best. In uni, everything counts. Even like inclusion in class discussions. The more you put your hand up to have an input in the class, the better marks it will actually go towards your marks or like your final sort of grade. It's a really competitive education system in Singapore, and like in Australia, no one gives half a shit about class discussion. So the third thing I like about Australia is that the working life. working life in Australia compared to working life in Singapore is different in the sense that Australia, it's like, alright, it's 5 o'clock, I'm heading out, I'm going home, you know? But in Singapore, they don't understand the concept of tomorrow, you know? Like, they got to get everything done by today, and that's it, you know? There's, like, what is tomorrow to them? They don't know that. So, like, people could stay in the office till, like, 11 at night just to finish work. Like, to me, that should be illegal, you know? Like, you should have a life outside of work. Work is just something for you to make money and make a living, but it doesn't take up your life. But in Singapore, like, work is everything. That's what I just don't really like about Singapore, because like people just go crazy about it and like they don't have time to rest. As in Australia, it's everyone just takes it easy, you know, like 5 o'clock, alright, I'm gonna head home. The fourth thing that I like about Australia is just the lifestyle in general. It's so laid back. People come from overseas, like my friends come from Singapore, and they just tell me how laid back Australia is. Like it's so chill. Everything's just so you know, the pace of life is a bit slower. In Singapore, it's like every day hectic. You know, like you're rushing here, you're rushing there, and like you don't really have time to like embrace the small things in life and to enjoy what you have at that moment in time. But like instead, it's been taken over by, you know, what I'm gonna do this later. I need to be there later. And so the thing about Australia, especially from where I come from, like in the rural areas, it's just super laid back, chilled and relaxed. People go to sleep at like 8 o'clock at night. It's so quiet. You know, things are just so easy. That's what I like about Australia, is that everything's so calm. And the last thing that I like about Australia is that the house parties. You've got to love the house parties. In Singapore, you can't really have a house party unless you own an actual, like you're rich enough to own some sort of bigger home, but usually it's just like apartment buildings and you can't really have a house party there. But in Australia, I love the house parties. I loved back when we were 18, when everyone was having their 18ths. And it was just awesome. In Australia, like you could have a house party every weekend if you wanted to. Someone has a house. You have friends over and that's a house party, but it's really hard to have one of those in Singapore. I really missed house parties when I was in Singapore because I couldn't have them as often. I didn't even have a house party at all in Singapore. But in Australia, you know, you have a lot of chances to get house parties. Alright, so that's me done blabbing about boring stuff. If you liked what you just saw and you think this series is interesting and you can relate to it, or you're interested in watching future episodes, please give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. You know, please comment in this video what you thought about it, other things that you like about Australia compared to Singapore. I know I haven't been putting content up lately. I've just been really busy. And by the way, I've got a new camera and I'm shooting with it right now. I'll be posting more videos to continue this series in the future. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.